Greetings and welcome to the very first podcast of Renegadez, Men of Faith and Fortitude. I'm your host, Joseph C. Gomez. As a man of faith, I know firsthand way too well the struggles and challenges that come with living a life guided by spiritual principles. You see, often in a world that values aggression and selfishness over kindness and selflessness, it can be difficult to stay true to what we know is right, but I also know that the power of men of faith is immense. And that by staying rooted in our beliefs and values, we can make a difference in the world around us. In this podcast, I want to explore some of the lessons that we can learn from the Renegadez, a group of men who have inspired me and many others to live our lives with faith and with faith and courage, as you were. The importance of faith for men today is very important, okay? Especially in a society that often values material success and power. It can be easy for men to lose sight of the importance of faith. But as men of faith, we know that our spiritual lives are just as important as our physical and material ones. The Bible teaches us that faith is the substance of things hoped for, yet the evidence of things not seen. It is the foundation upon which we build our lives and the source and of our strength and of our courage. As men of faith, we have the responsibility to live our lives in a way that reflects our beliefs and our values. We must be men of integrity. We must be men of honesty, and we must be men of compassion. We must strive to make a positive impact on the world around us. This means being active in our communities, volunteering our time and resources to those in need, and also standing up for justice and equality. I have a few Bible verses I want to share with you today. Because the Bible is full of inspiring verses that can help us stay rooted in our faith and find strength in difficult times. Some of my favorite verses for men of faith include, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not grow weary. They shall walk and not faint." That Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. Another favorite verse of mine is, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." Deuteronomy 31:6. And final one I'm going to share with you today is, "Trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Lean not on thy own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths." That's Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. Remember, I want you to remember this every morning when you wake up and begin your day. Things are going to come your way, and they're going to try to cause you to falter. Things are going to try to come and test you. They're going to test your convictions. They're going to test your morals, test the very essence of your being, test the very essence of yourself. You must stay true to the faith, stay true to yourself, stay true to you. It is easier to fall in line with the road, on the road with the masses. But remember this, lonely is the road of faith, all right? These Bible verses remind us that we are not alone and with our struggles, but that God is always with us, guiding us and giving us strength. Excuse me. The power of prayer is very powerful. Prayer is one of the most powerful tools that we have as men of faith. It allows us to connect with God and seek his guidance and his wisdom in our daily lives. Through prayer, we can find peace, we can find comfort, and we can find strength in difficult times. And we can also express our gratitude and praise for all that God has done for us. One of my favorite prayers for men of faith is the prayer of Fortitude. It's also known as the serenity prayer. It says, "Lord, grant me the strength to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference." This prayer alone reminds us that we cannot control everything in life, but we can control how we respond to the challenges that we are faced. We need to reach out there and we need to harness that power of niceness. Especially in a world of aggression. In a world that often values aggression and dominance, it can be difficult to stay true to our values of kindness and compassion. But the Renegadez, The Renegades have shown us that being nice is not a weakness. People got that all confused. It is not a weakness, but a strength. By treating others with respect and kindness, see, we can create a more positive and peaceful world. See, as men of faith, we must strive to be kind. We must strive to be compassionate in all of our interactions, even when it is difficult. This means being patient with others, listening to their perspectives, and showing empathy and understanding and respect. See, we also have an arsenal at our disposal. See, we had a sword of conviction, overcoming weakness with faith. One of the biggest challenges we face as men of faith is overcoming our own weaknesses and our own shortcomings. But the Bible teaches us that with faith, all things are possible. We must have conviction in our beliefs, conviction in our values, and we also must be willing to stand up for what is right, even when it is difficult. When it is not popular, we stand up for what is right. See, the Renegades have shown us that the sword of conviction is a powerful weapon in the battle against our own weaknesses. By staying true to our beliefs and values, we can overcome our own shortcomings and become the men that God has called us to be. Become the men that society needs. Okay? Why society desperately needs better role models? Yeah, they do. Especially in a world that often values aggression and dominance, it is more important than ever for men to be positive role models. We must show the world that men are good and that we can make a positive impact on the world around us. See, the Renegades have shown us that being a positive role model means being kind, compassionate, and courageous. It means standing up for justice and equality and striving to make a positive impact on the world around us. Let us take lessons from Paul and other biblical figures. See, the Bible is full of inspiring stories of men of faith who have overcome incredible challenges and made a positive impact on the world around them. One of my favorite biblical figures is Paul, who was a tireless advocate for justice and equality. Paul's story reminds us that as men of faith, we must be willing to stand up for what is right, even when it is difficult. We must be willing to speak out against injustice and inequality and fight for a better world for all people. Here's some tips for men to stay strong in their faith. Staying strong in our faith can be a challenge, especially in a world that often values material success over spiritual growth. But there are things that we can do to stay rooted in the beliefs and values and to stay connected to God. Some tips for staying strong in your faith include, but are not limited to, remember that, reading and studying the Bible regularly, praying and meditating daily, surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people, volunteering your time and your resources to help those in need, and setting aside time each day for a quiet reflection and contemplation. The impact of men of faith on the world, in my conclusion, okay, as men of faith, we have the power to make a positive impact on the world by staying rooted in our beliefs and our values and by striving to be positive role models. We can create a more just and peaceful world for all people. The Renegades have shown us that being a man of faith is not always easy, but it is always worth it. By harnessing the power of prayer, staying rooted in our convictions, and being kind and compassionate in our interactions, we can make a difference in this world. So let us go forth with courage and conviction, knowing that we have the power to make a positive impact on the world around us. Let us be men of faith. Let us inspire others to do the same. If you are a man of faith, I encourage you to share this podcast with others who may need it, who may need that inspiration and the guidance. Let us work together to create a more just, and peaceful world for all people. Once again, my name is Joseph Gomez. Tune in next week for more from Renegades. Have a good day. God bless.